So, it's 2021, we're in the middle of a COVID pandemic, and you've decided you want to buy your first house. So, what do you do? Hello, I'm Chris Hamill, Director of Whitegates Estate Agents here in Wrexham, and today we've put together the answers to some questions that we've been recently given from some first-time buyers about what to do in the whole buying a property process. Now, I suppose we all go around from day to day thinking and assuming that everybody just knows what to do and how to do it. So hopefully today we're going to address some very, very simple questions. They seem simple, but actually they're really, really good questions to be able to put the answers to, and hopefully give you all the information you need to be able to buy that first house. So, question 1, what's the best time to look for a mortgage? And this is probably the most important answer to any question that we're going to cover. The time to look for a mortgage is right at the very beginning. Because let's be honest, there's no point in you going and looking at houses, there's no point in you booking a batch of viewings, falling in love with your ultimate dream house, only to realise once you've absolutely fallen in love with it, that you actually can't buy it. So, right at the very beginning, very first step, when you're a first time buyer, you want to buy a house, go and speak to an independent mortgage broker who'll be able to give you the best possible advice and also be able to give you mortgage deals from all of the lenders out there, all the banks, the building societies, all the different ones. So do that right at the very beginning. Question 2 might seem a simple one, but actually it's not. How do I make an offer? If you haven't done it before, then how would you know? So, depending on the agent that you have viewed the house with, will depend on how you actually make an offer. We know that some of the online agents nowadays don't really like to speak to people over the phone, so they'll insist you make an offer online through their web portal or what have you. But the majority of us estate agents would love to receive an offer over the phone from yourselves as soon as you're ready. But bear in mind, we're going to ask you a couple of questions. We're going to say, have you got your mortgage in principle sorted? Have you got your deposit? Have you spoken to a solicitor about fees and figures and how much they're going to charge you as well? So my best advice when you're making an offer, call up the agent, give them your offer, tell them about your mortgage, tell them that you've got your decision in principle, tell them you've got your solicitor lined up, and if you can also provide the paperwork to back that up, that would be even better. Question 3. How do I know what fixtures and fittings are included in the property purchase? Again, another seemingly simple question, but if you don't ask, you don't get. My recommendation for this is when you make your offer, you offer subject to including the various fixtures and fittings that you want the owner of the house to leave behind. So if that's an oven, if it's the carpets, the curtains, the curtain poles, if there's something in the house that you really like the look of and you know that the owner is acceptable to leave in it, maybe a big fridge freezer or something like that, then obviously you need to put that in your offer right at the beginning. This will also be clarified later on down the line through the legal process when the owner of the house submits their fixtures and fittings form through their solicitor to your solicitor. So what we would say is if you have agreed anything at the beginning, obviously put that through with your offer and then double check when you get the fixtures and fittings form that it has also been included in there as well. Question 4. How can I make the sales process go through as quickly as possible? Now, that is a difficult one. Especially right now during the COVID pandemic, things are taking a hell of a lot longer. And that's because, let's face it, a lot of people are coming down with COVID, a lot of people are working from home, a lot of people are isolating, so that is always going to cause a problem in this sort of time. Now, What I would say and what I would suggest you do is keep in regular contact with your estate agent, keep in regular contact with your solicitor as well, even more important than your estate agent at this point, because they are doing the legal process for you. They're making sure that they dot all the I's and they cross all the T's in that process. So you just got to make sure that you're in regular contact with them. It's a really difficult process, especially now, but there's no there's no secret or mystical way of speeding that process up apart from being prepared and keeping regular contact with the people who are working on your behalf to get you that property right through to the very end. Question 5. Once I've agreed a purchase on a property, can I go back for another look? Absolutely. Dead easy to do. Give your estate agent a call. They will arrange an appointment with the seller for you to go back, have another look around. That's a good time to do your measuring, maybe measuring for curtains and all that sort of stuff. You can go back really as many times as the owner will allow you, but always definitely go back for another look. Make sure you're happy with it on the second run round, because let's be honest, when you first go there you might fall in love with it. You might not see little bits and bobs. Next time you go there, you'll go with a bit more of a keen eye, because after all, you're going to be buying the house, so you're going to want to make sure that it's all looking good. So I hope these little tips have or will help you in the future if you're deciding to buy a house this year. If you're a first-time buyer and you've decided, this is the year that you're going to do it, you've started saving your deposit, and you're looking around, you're searching all over the place looking for advice and tips and help, well, hopefully you've dropped on this video with these 5 great tips. And if you need any more advice, you can always just drop us a message on any of our social media platforms or give us a call. We always love to work with first-time buyers. Thanks very much, and we'll see you again very soon.